Why won't you die?
Rest.
Son.
It's essential to a healthy mind and body. That goes for creatives and artists too.
Welcome to the first episode of Perfect Practice. This is where I try to help you improve on your playing by discussing different concepts in relation to improving your musical ability, whether that's playing, writing, or whatever else it may be. The idea is to open your mind, change your perspective, change the way you approach your instrument. And yeah, if you disagree with any of it, just let me know down below. This is supposed to be a place where people can discuss these different ideas and why you disagree and all that, so I'm completely open to any of that stuff. You can check out the video I made explaining the whole concept. Link is in the description. So here we are on a video series that's trying to help you improve your musical ability, and well, the first thing I'm telling you to do is to not play, is to not do it at all.
That is madness.
I chose this because it kind of sets the tone for the whole series. These are tips I don't really see other people saying, but they do help even if they feel counterproductive. Okay, so what do I mean by take a break? There's a couple different ways to interpret that and incorporate it. We all know overworking yourself is bad and that you shouldn't do it, but I think lots of us don't actually realize when we are doing that. Taking a break is sort of mostly a recognized thing when it comes to your work-life balance or something physical, especially recently in society. But we can apply it to different avenues of music as well. Don't get me wrong, this isn't going to be me telling you not to put in the time and effort to get better. It's more recognizing when your body and brain are telling you to chill out, and how listening to that can actually help you towards your end goal, and how you can actually use taking a break as a tool in the toolbox of your musicianry.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little counter at the top left corner. It's called the how to spoken counter. Every time he mumbles or says something that no one of any language or culture could understand, it's a point on that counter.
Hold up, no, it's not. You can use it as a tool to help you. That's what I'm trying to say. Taking a break can apply to everything that includes your playing, your practicing, and your writing. I often find that when I'm writing something, the worst thing I can do is to force myself to write this solo, to write this riff, or to write this next part of the song. I can be stuck on hours writing something and get absolutely nowhere. Now, you might be thinking that's just part of the process, and to an extent it is, but there have been times where I leave songs for, days, weeks, months, even years in some cases. And when I pick my guitar back up, it's almost like I instantly know that riff I'm looking for. I'm able to write what I want, and I'm able to service the song. After noticing this event happen many times in my life, I am able to now use it as a tool for writing. Use taking a break as a tool for writing. I think just like lifting a weight, there comes a point where you have to chill out, you have to stop, you have to get your body to rest, get your brain to sort itself out and everything. Give your brain time to process what's happening. A lot of that can happen in the background, and one example of that is during sleep. It's a super well documented thing. I don't think I have to go into it, but tons of research out there saying how sleep helps in learning and memory and learning new things and everything like that. And again, sleeping is just another form of taking a break. I also think that part of this lesson and why it's needed taps into our culture of getting things done and trying to maximize productivity and flex culture and all that stuff. I think everyone wants to get things done. Everyone sees everyone else getting things done, whether those are, true or not, or just for show. There are countless articles and videos on how to beat procrastination And we often like to think that the more effort we put into something, the more results we get. And of course, we all want results. While again, improving at an instrument or writing or anything takes time and effort, lots of it. You need to be smart. You don't push yourself to an unhealthy degree when doing something like this. Also, if you are all about productivity, then I know for me, my productivity is way higher when I get good sleep and I don't push myself all the time, so there's that too. I think when trying to improve at a specific solo or a piece on guitar, while still taking hours and hours to improve, it takes less effort than you would think. This is a topic for another, episode, but you have to learn how to optimize practice. Maybe you put in tons of time and effort, but you practice without a metronome, you practice with constant disruption, you're messaging people every 2 minutes. Which distracted practicing is just a topic for another video. Linking back to what I said in the beginning, I have literally taken years rest between working on specific songs. An example of this is Heart in Hand, which is I think it's the last song on my Future Form EP that I released a year or two ago. I kind of wrote the first few sections of that song, then I couldn't figure it out, and I literally left it for a year, came back to it, and then released it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So if I'm having trouble with the song, I'll leave it, I'll come back to it every other week, and if I still can't save it, or if I still can't get it down, I'll just save the project. I go on to work on my other songs, covers, whatever it is, because, well, it's a better use of my time, and I care about the quality of my work. I'm not just gonna, spew anything out there just so I can get the song done. That old song that I haven't touched in a year can turn into something great. A year later, I have been writing and listening to other things, right? I'm gonna be a better musician a year later. I'll have more writing experience a year later, and I'll probably be in a better place to finish that song that I left. And then other times it just takes a day. You just take a day off, come back to it the next day, and you know exactly what to do. And I think the other thing is also just avoiding a burnout. I guess I have to use that term loosely because I think it's, as far as I can tell, it's only ever used in the context of like your work life. I haven't really seen it applied anywhere else. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I play guitar quite often. I enjoy it a lot. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. But there are days when nothing seems to be clicking. There are days when it starts to feel like a chore, like my passion has disappeared. That's when I know to stop forcing myself to pick it up. Or that's when it starts feeling like I'm forcing myself to pick it up. I'll stop for a week or two. Even saying that makes me uncomfortable. But once I get back to it, things start flowing again. It's hard to take a break when you're into your instrument so much, but it's something you have to do once you start feeling like it's you're just getting burnt out, I guess. Basically, I think it's super important to not exhaust yourself because if you're passionate and committed to learning an instrument, writing a song, you'll get burned out eventually. And knowing when to take a break can push that off. So there it is. That's sort of my lesson, my piece of advice. Again, I think it's helpful to not only take this as practical, applicable advice, but also just a new perspective, a new way to approach your instrument, your songwriting, whatever it is. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments. If you want to add anything, please let me know as well. Again, this should be a place where people should be able to discuss these different things. Like I said, I feel like from people that I've talked to, we all have very different lessons when it comes to getting better at this type of stuff. That's not always represented equally. I think a lot of the tips about getting better that are the more popular ones are good, but I think people will get a lot more value of just seeing just how differently people can all improve at this one thing, because people are different. Leave a like, show your support, I guess. I don't usually ask for that, but it's been a very tough process trying to record this. Shout out to my guy Matt, better known as Matthias, for helping me with the script of this video.